Hey friends, welcome to the Unexpected Pregnancy Mentoring Training. My name is Bruce Kendrick. I'm the Director of Life Initiatives here at Watermark Community Church, and this is my friend Terry, who gets to oversee all of our unexpected pregnancy ministry with me in the Life Initiative. And so whether you're a woman who's jumping in to help another woman with an unexpected pregnancy, or a man who's going, hey, I want to make sure that we're addressing fatherlessness in our community and helping these men understand their roles as fathers and as husbands or providers or co-parents in this, we're excited that you're here. This is such an incredible need as we go upstream to not just address caring for those who have had abortions, but to work with those before abortion is something that becomes a reality. We want to make sure that we're caring for them well, that we're wrapping around them and providing biblical community that would be wise, that would counsel them in the next steps that they have. And so Terry's going to walk us through an overview in this first session, but we have several other sessions that hopefully you'll be tracking along with. And so let me start with just some housekeeping items so you kind of know where we're headed. First of all, you should have gotten a link in an email, or maybe there's a link in the platform you're watching this in for your mentor guide. And you can print that out and fill in the blanks as we go, or you can just have that on your computer screen there before you and just track along with what we're talking about. So there are different sessions and links in the email that you've been sent so that you know kind of, hey, this is what session I'm on and you're keeping track, but we want to make sure that you've got all the information that you need. We certainly have set the bar high for this because not only do we believe that it's a tremendous need and a privilege for us to serve in this capacity, but we also know that usually you step in kind of not really understanding all the nuances and complexities that might be involved in caring for somebody with an unexpected pregnancy. So we want to make sure that you have what you need and that there are even opportunities for you to ask questions and reach out to people like Terry or like myself as we keep moving forward. So bold words, as you see them on slides, that's your fill in the blanks. If you're following along and you're one of those people who's got to fill in every single blank, in the event that we accidentally skip one, if you see that on a screen, that's what that is. And then each session is going to be about 10 to 30 minutes long. So just prepare yourself for that. We're not asking you to sit down and do this all in one sitting. Take some time, process, maybe even talk to your community group about some of the things that you learned that are new or some of the things that you already knew and you want to remind them about as they're going to be encouraging you in this process as well. So after you've watched all of the training sessions, a link will be sent to you to confirm that you've watched those, and then you're ready to be paired with a mentee and get started. Like I said, we're excited that you're here. Here are some of the sessions that are coming. So today we'll talk about an overview. In session 2, we'll talk about the value of life in the preborn and give you some insights there. In session 3, we'll give you kind of a 101 towards abortion on the history of abortion and how that has come about in our country and make sure that you're educated on those things. We'll talk about the mind and heart of a woman and a man with an unexpected pregnancy so that you're familiar with some of the complexities involved there. And then in session 5, we actually have a bonus evangelism training. So this is technically 10 sessions, but we like to call evangelism a nice little bonus in there for you. So there's the call to mentor to just unpack what mentoring really looks like, some of the roles of what a mentor does in session 6, some of the support that we provide for mentors in session 7, and then the do's and don'ts in session 8, and a mentor panel of some women and men who have mentored other women and men in unexpected pregnancies and said, hey, this is where I started. This is what I thought I was getting myself into, and this is where I landed. This is what I actually experienced and how God used me in tremendous ways and how I grew and how I learned along the way. So we want to make sure you get that all and you're ready to go. So why don't I turn it over to Terry as I've had enough time rambling and get us started with our overview.
Awesome. Great. Well, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so excited to tell you about our mentoring program here at Watermark. And it is a privilege to get to help coordinate this effort. And I want to just tell you that you will be a part of an amazing team of women who have a heart for women who are in unexpected pregnancies. And so when I'm talking, I'm probably going to be talking a little bit more towards the mentoring program geared for women, but this is a program that's for men too. And so if you're a man and you're going through this program, you are welcome here, and we're so excited. And so if we're talking about women a lot, you can insert men there too, and this will be extremely relevant for you as well. And so just I want to dive in when we're talking about our vision for this ministry, and I just love this. We envision a world where vulnerable parents turn to the church when they are in an unexpected pregnancy. And so I want to just stop and think about that for a minute and say, you know, when you think about that, would you feel that the church is the first place someone's going to turn to in an unexpected pregnancy, or is it often the last place?
Yeah.
And so when you think about, you're going to come to the church, you might feel guilt, shame, judgment. They're going to tell me what to do. They're going to tell me what not to do. I want nothing to do with that. And so our heart is that when you come to the church in an unexpected pregnancy, you're going to receive grace, love, compassion, and truth and support. And we are so excited to be part of a church that is trying to turn around just the culture and narrative around that. And so second, we're going to talk about what is our mission. Our mission is to share the gospel with parents. I'm going to stop right there, because if that is not the center of everything that we do, pointing people to Jesus, then we might as well pack it up and go home. And so that is key in what we do. We're going to be interacting with people that they may not have a faith, a Christian faith, but everything we do is going to be wrapped in the love of Christ. So we share the gospel with parents while providing a relational support system that is centered around compassion, hope, and truth during and following an unexpected pregnancy. And so the second thing I want to talk about is you may be like, how is this going to work? How does this happen with our church? And so many of us have heard Todd or other leadership say that if you are in trouble and you are pregnant, that you can come to us. And people have already called our church and asked for help. They have called our line directly, the main church line. We've had people that have come to us through Region and also through the porch. And I just love that. I think that's so important and so exciting. Also, we may get a referral through a medical clinic. One of our best partners, and this is the best thing I think, is we are directly working with our Watermark Urgent Care Clinic. We've already received several referrals from them, and we have several successful mentoring relationships through referrals we've received from our urgent care clinic. Also, we may get a referral from a PRC. When we talk about that, that stands for Pregnancy Resource Clinic. Some of those are Thrive, that's a partnership with Watermark. We also work with the Prestonwood Pregnancy Center, the Downtown Pregnancy Center, which is now called The Source. Also, we partner with a Women's Center in Grapevine that's part of Human Coalition. Another way that we may get someone referred to our program could be through schools eventually. We hope to have that, and also other social services or other venues. One of the things that we have is a flyer. So we have a flyer that we have developed and we have distributed it out to many different places. On that flyer, it talks about our mentoring program. It has an email address that comes directly to our team and also a phone number. And so that phone number is staffed 5 days a week by someone from our team. And so if someone happens to call and they don't catch someone from our team, they can leave a voicemail and we're going to get back with them very quickly. And so after we receive a referral from someone, then we're going to do a quick intake. Now, we don't want to sound like we're interrogating them. Sometimes it can feel that way. But when someone from our team contacts them, we're going to try to get as much information from them as we can, such as, just name, contact information, how far along are they. We're going to learn more about, what is their support system or lack thereof. Do they have adequate housing? Do they have adequate transportation? One of the things that we have found is we work with a lot of women that are not from our country. And that doesn't change anything. It doesn't change whether we're going to say yes or say no, whether they are Christian or not, that doesn't matter either. So we're going to learn just a little bit more about them and also just where they're located geographically. So after we get that information, then we're going to look at our team of mentors. We're going to see what makes sense. Like, we're going to look at that geographically. And then I'm probably going to call you and give you this information. Is this a good fit? Is this something that you can manage at this time? Because we just want to stop and realize, life change happens. So you may join our mentoring team and be sitting there on go, but then life happens. Like maybe you've had a death in the family, or, welcomed a new family member in, had a baby or adopted a baby or something like that. So you may need to hit pause. I'm probably already going to know that before I call you. But we are going to take that into account, ask you to pray, and then we're hopefully going to pair you with your mentee. Now, whenever you apply to come through our program, so hopefully if you're watching this, you've already submitted an application and now you're going through the training. I just want to encourage you here to say that it does not matter if you are a single gal, or if you're an empty nester, or if you're married without kids, or you're married with 5 kids, or whatever, people on our mentoring team represent all walks of life. So if you feel like, hey, I may not come with a certain skill set, maybe I don't have something to offer here, you absolutely do.
It's why we're doing training.
Yeah, you absolutely do. And so we have someone in all walks of life that is currently serving on our team, so do not let that stand in the way. So after you are paired with somebody, when we communicate the commitment for the mentoring program, we ask that it's a 2-year commitment. Basically what that means is we're asking you to walk with this gal or guy through the duration of their pregnancy and up to a year after the baby's born. And so if you have been parenting before, you know that once you bring that baby home from the hospital, it is not like you have crossed the finish line and you're doing a high five. That is often when the rubber just continues to meet the road. And so when you think about, if you have a supportive spouse, a healthy relational support system, maybe you have good resources, it is still really hard. So step back and think about someone that may not have those things, and so they still continue to need an extra layer of support. And so at the end of the baby's first year, that doesn't mean that you're just cut off. Hopefully, we hope that you continue having a great relationship with her. We just feel that 2 years is an effective way for us to communicate what the expectation is for the ministry. And so when we talk about mentoring, what does that look like? And so we have 9 sessions coming your way that are going to unpack this in a great way, but I'm just going to hit the highlights. So mentoring communicates and exemplifies the gospel. Like I said, that's the most important thing that we do, is we point people to Jesus. Second, it promotes a supportive friendship. So a lot of times when I am talking to someone about the mentoring program, I feel like the word mentor just doesn't really translate super well. Also, especially when I'm talking with someone that is not from our country, that word has no meaning to them. I've even asked, do you even know what that word means? They don't know. And so mentoring is basically just a great word for friendship. It's a friendship that is surrounded in relationships. So it promotes a supportive friendship. It is mutually encouraging. This is not a relationship where there's one person up here and there's one person down there and I've got it all figured out and I'm going to help you figure it out. It is a mutually reciprocal, encouraging relationship. It promotes healthy growth and it provides accountability.
Yeah, I would just jump in and say, if you find yourself where you're doing a lot of giving and they're doing a lot of taking, something's gone wrong in how you've set that up and how you've orchestrated that, and maybe even how you view it yourself or how they view it. And so you really do have to find common ground and go, hey, I want to be an encouragement to you, but I don't want to enable you, and I certainly don't want to just get into this process where I'm just feeding you and you're just taking everything I'm giving you and we're not really growing together. Because there are things you are going to learn that you are going to be shocked at how awesome God is and you had no idea before.
That's absolutely right. Okay, well, I think that concludes this session. We hope that you got a bit of our passion for this ministry and understand what our vision is and what our mission is. We are excited that you're on this journey, and we want to know that you've got so much great content coming your way in the sessions that are coming after this one.
Yeah, if you're a friend with us that is with one of our Pregnancy Resource Center partners or one of the other organizations that's just said, hey, could we get trained from what you've developed? We're so glad that you're with us. Stick around. We've got lots more to share, and we know you know a lot of this stuff already. You're living it, and we're so grateful for our partnership with you and the work that you get to do. So we'll see you all in session 2.